Hello, this is Dora from the Maya Spirit with Ethony's hashtag 31 Days of Tarot 19 for day 22. I know that I'm a day late and $1 short, but I've been trying to upload videos and I've been having trouble. Either I try to upload them, they last for hours, and then it doesn't happen, and I've accidentally deleted some too. So I'll just go ahead and do this one for day 22 and maybe try to catch up with the next one. Question number for day 22 is, where's one place in the world that you would love to read the tarot and why? It could be a sacred site, event, mystical shop, or anything. Now, the place that I would love to do this at is where my family is from, both sides of my mother and father, which is Mazatlan, the city of Mazatlan, and in the state of Sinaloa in Mexico. Mazatlan is in Nahuatl. It means Tierra de los Venados, which means land of the deer. And it's also considered, it's also called La Perla del Pacífico, which means the pearl of the Pacific because of its beautiful beaches. Now, the location that I'm talking about is one of the beaches, which is called Playa Las Labradas. And that is a place where there's a bunch of stones, lava stones that have carvings in them, engravings. And it's also considered a bit of a sacred site. And I'll give you a little bit more details on. I'm trying to read some notes. Hopefully you'll forgive me that it's going to take me a second here. There are approximately 500 volcanic stones at that beach. And what they're saying is that about 50,000 years ago, there was a volcano called Tapasquiawi that had an eruption and released a sea of lava into that beach, and it solidified. Now, it's not known how the engravings happened. They're just assuming it was stone against stone with sand as an abrasive, to make the grooves. And it's estimated that this was maybe the engraving happened approximately 1,500 years ago, or at least recorded 300 years before the Spanish conquistadores arrived there. What they're saying is that it's possible that the tribe that they're thinking was the Nahuatl tribe, the nomads that were coming from the north to the south looking for the promised land. Okay. Now the drawings that are on there, they are complex. Well, they're primitive drawings, so they're complex and simple. They have like stars, suns, moons, the wind, the ocean, spirals. They also are saying that maybe there were possible maps of trails to tribes from maybe tribe to tribe, and also possibly astral trajectories. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. No one really knows who and why these engravings were done, and that it was done on purpose because the engravings were so deep. They were meant to sustain decades and maybe hundreds of years for someone to get these messages. What they're saying, the archaeologists are saying that they think that these stones are just sitting there and waiting for us to figure out what the messages are, and no one has figured it out. Now, this location that I'm talking about is not a touristy area, and it's always been kept a bit on the occult. Like, nobody really knows much about it, only maybe like the locals and some other people. And this is not the only mystery about Mazatlan. Mazatlan has at least 200 mysteries, and not just from the locals, like the indigenous from that local area, but also the city of Mazatlan was built by pirates. And when I mean pirates, I mean outlaws from around the world. And the outlaws from around the world, there are records that I saw on a newspaper article which show the picture of the old books that were kept of how many of different parts of the world there were, like how many Italians were there, how many Turkish people were there, how many Chinese people were there, I believe that there was another word. I don't remember if it was Alemán or Árabe, which means either German or Arab. And then a couple of other people from other parts of the world. Now, they were there and very successful. They built the first cathedral, theater, restaurants, and all that. And once they were found out, and people who were looking for them found out that they were there, they went after them and they escaped, abandoned the city. And those who decided to stay stayed in the outskirts of the city and stayed with the locals, because the locals never lived by the beach because that part's not a fertile type of land. So if you go to the outskirts of where the beach is, it's actually a tropical jungle. So you can grow, it has very fertile soil. So as you know, Mazatlan and in Sinaloa, people grow a lot of things. I'm not going to get into what they grow, but they grow a lot of things. And let me take a look at my notes really quick. And going back to that sacred space that I was talking about, Las Labradas is considered more like a lot of people call it like a supernatural place, because what is believed is that that's where the tribes people would probably have their dialogues with what they consider the gods, which would be like the sun, the moon, the ocean, wind, and things like that. And maybe that's what those engravings are. So it's considered a sacred space, but it's not a touristy area. I attempted to go last year, the beginning of last year. I went to go visit my family, and I had it set up so that we would go there. But at the last minute, I wasn't able to, because if you know anything about Sinaloa, you don't want to go to a lot of places unaccompanied, especially if they're kind of like lonely, different areas. So I'll be attempting it again. Hopefully this year I'll be able to go visit my family again and be able to go there. And what I am planning to take with me, which is the same thing I took last time, I took my Mayan Oracle. And I don't know if you're familiar with this one. It's still available. It's not, I don't know if it's out of print. No, this one is, no, it's not out of print, but the new one looks a little different. It's got the numbers. These are called the lenses. And these are the star glyphs. Okay. And this oracle is more meant for spiritual growth. I've had the oracle maybe 7, 8, less than 10 years. So I would love to take this one. And as far as the tarot is concerned, I believe I would love to take the Lost Tarot of Nostradamus that I have and use it that way. And now the reading would be for myself, not actually readings for other people, but it's more for spiritual growth and an experience for myself. It's definitely on my bucket list. Hopefully I'll check it off by next year, or maybe this year, who knows. And I don't know if there's anything else I need to let you know about this location, but it's beautiful, and I'll try to put the link to one of the videos that talks about, at least even though it's in Spanish, you'll be able to see what those rocks look like. So I'll try to put it on the bottom of the video. Hopefully I'll be able to do that. And if you have any questions about this oracle or the location or anything like that, put it down below and I'll answer it for you the best way I can. All right. I've been enjoying everybody's responses, and to all those days, I don't know where you find the time and be able to upload it, but thank you very much, because I really enjoy it. All right. Thank you very much. And I hope everybody has a nice evening. Bye-bye.